Now let me ask you this. Let's say you made $50,000 a year. That's a lot of money. So let's say you made $50,000 a year and you spent every bit of that by June. So you spent all that money and you decided, hey, that felt good, I'm going to keep spending. And you kept spending all the way until Christmas. Well, you'd be in debt, wouldn't you? By a whole year's salary. Well, then what are you going to do when the next year starts? Because you're in worse shape than you were before. Because you owe interest now on all that money that you had to borrow to keep spending. You see, the sheriff will come to your house and take your furniture and put it at the end of the driveway. That's what they do. And if it's your business, you'd be shut down. Have you ever heard of Enron before? That's what happens. You get shut down when you don't pay your bills. It's no different with the federal government. We get shut down too. And the problem is that now the Federal Reserve wants to keep the printing presses going and print money with no value behind it. That's why you see gold at levels you have never seen before. Well, all of us here in South Carolina recognize the fact we want the country to go on. We want the country to succeed. We want senior citizens to not go to their mailbox and open it up and get an IOU when they go inside to look for their check. We want our children to know that when they grow up, A, they're going to have a job. They're not so sure about that right now. And B, it's something you can support a family on. Oh, and by the way, I have to tell you something. I have to confess. You don't see any teleprompters here today, and I have to confess, I apologize. I forgot to bring my teleprompters with me today. I forgot. I'm so sorry. Then I could have given you a canned speech. Oh, I'm sorry, because I know you've never seen the president before without the teleprompters, but in the Bachman White House, there will be no teleprompters. Because South Carolina could take the raw and varnished truth, and by the way, in that bus, you won't find one czar in that bus, and you won't find one czar in the Bachman White House either. It's going to be a new day and a new game and a new sheriff in town. It'll be very different from what you've seen before. Because the real values of people like South Carolina are what will be represented in the White House. Because what sets me apart, I think, from the field right now is the fact that I'm a woman who says what she means. And I mean what I say. And I do what I say I'm going to do. And for my entire time in Washington, D.C., I have stood up and I've fought. And I've been at the tip of the spear on battle after battle after battle. I fought against the $700 billion bailout for Wall Street behind closed doors. I took them on because I believe you put principle over party. On Obamacare, I knew this was our down payment and the fundamental building block for socialized medicine. Who wants socialized medicine in the United States? Not me. I don't want it. Obamacare is going to be gone if I have anything to say about it. And so I fought, and I brought literally tens of thousands of Americans into Washington, D.C. to fight against Obamacare. We were told it's too late. Give up, wave the white flag and surrender. We can't fight this thing. Are you kidding me? We can't fight this thing? I'm a representative for the people. I'm going to fight until we can't fight anymore. Because that's what the people sent us to do. And as President of the United States, I'm telling you, I will not rest until we repeal Obamacare. And I mean that. I'm an extremely hardworking person. And as nominee of the Republican Party, I will make it my business to elect 13 more like-minded Republican senators so we can get to a filibuster-proof majority, because I'm serious about this. We are going to repeal Obamacare. And those senators, those 13 senators I'm going to campaign for, are going to look an awful lot like Jim DeMint. That's the kind of senator I want to work with. Because as president, I'm a former federal tax lawyer. I get how devastating high taxes are. I've seen it. The devastation on businesses and farmers and individuals and families. And I'm going to change the economy by changing the tax code. How many of you love the IRS? No, it's time to change it. I went to work in that system because the first rule of war is know your enemy. So I went to the inside to learn how they work because I want to defeat them. It's 3.8 million words in the tax code. You want to know why we are losing jobs in this country? Look no further than the tax code. We have among the highest tax rates in the world, 34%. There's a businessman who told me last week he was trying to get a business to move from Illinois to Iowa. And the guy said, why would I move to Iowa? Why would I move anywhere in the United States? The businessman said to him, Canada's tax rate for businesses is 15%. Now, I haven't checked it out. I can't swear that that's true, but that's what he said. But can you imagine 15% versus 34%? Where would you put your business? That's about all you need to know. I get that. So what I want to do is change the tax code so that we can grow businesses in this country again. And that's why I'm intent on making sure we not only repeal Obamacare, repeal Dodd-Frank, which I'm the chief author of both of those bills, but I also want to go into the Environmental Protection Agency at the federal level and lock the doors and turn the lights off on that agency. That is a job-killing regulatory agency, and instead focus on conservation, on true clean air, on true clean water. That's something we could do, not what the EPA is doing. And it almost seems like their purpose is to try to put people out of business today, doesn't it? Make life difficult for farmers today, doesn't it? That's not what we need to have. But the exciting thing is working together with fiscal conservatives who believe that you don't spend more money than what you take in. And I'm one of them. Have we got any fiscal conservatives here? Oh yeah, I think we do. And working together with national security conservatives. I've worked on the House Intelligence Committee. We're a tiny, tiny committee. We deal with the nation's classified secrets. Every day we're presented with the threats that this country faces in the country and also externally coming from outside. They're real. And I'll tell you this, it's not pretty, but there isn't a day that goes by that there isn't someone thinking how they're going to kill Americans today. And there isn't a day that goes by that someone isn't thinking about how they're going to destroy America today. And as President of the United States, I will take off the politically correct glasses and lay them on the table and look at the enemy for who they are and take them on and call them out.